When we take a look at sites, first going from the technical perspective, many of you are here in the mining industry, for example, and so you would be quite familiar with the process to site a mining or an industrial facility. And siting a nuclear power plant would be much the same in terms of the things that you need to consider. Is an ideal location, not necessarily from the resources perspective, but from the use cases? Are there off-takers of electricity or heat there that would be ideal for having a nuclear power plant there? And then you would need to do the standard things like environmental impact statements, check things, how things are seismically in the area. Do you have access to cooling water? So it's similar to what you would be considering for any other industrial facilities. And of course, community and stakeholder engagement would be incredibly important for siting a nuclear power plant. So we obviously have coal plants here that are providing a lot of electricity. When we look at our decarbonization targets, we will still need some sort of clean, firm power beyond renewables in order to make that happen. And the good thing about retiring coal plants is that you already have existing infrastructure there in terms of access to cooling water, access to the grid, and a site that has already been studied and has some sort of environmental impact statement. Those are ideal locations to be able to repower with new generation options, and some places could potentially accommodate a larger reactor in the ones that are already available today, or SMRs are a really great option as well, because again, they're scalable to the use case, and many of them, or some of them, have been certified to not have an emergency planning zone around them, so they can be sited much closer to population centers or industrial facilities. Another use case that we might consider are remote locations, and these could be mining sites or other communities that only use a little bit of power and have a microgrid, and so microreactors would be ideal for these locations, for example, in order to give them power, but also not have to rely on flying in a bunch of diesel for diesel generation.
Well, there are quite a number of regulatory steps that need to be taken to site a nuclear power plant, as you can imagine, and they really fall into two general categories. The first, you walk through your planning and environmental approval process. But as well, for nuclear plants, we would have an independent nuclear regulatory body that would review nuclear specific aspects of the site, check that it is able to actually accommodate the particular technology that we're looking to put there, and that the future owner-operator has the requisite knowledge and ability to safely construct and operate the nuclear power plant. So there is a rigorous siting process that would happen.